Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Shun. Today, I'm gonna veganize that viral TikTok pasta. I know you don't need me to explain what it is. It's all over the clouds. Now, why did it take me so long? Because I don't go on TikTok. I mean, I don't even have TikTok still. I know I'm working on it. Oh, by the way, I made seitan chicken based off the fake flour chicken video that also went viral on TikTok. And I turned it into vegan chicken teriyaki. It's so tasty, meaty, shreddy. It's just chicken basically. So if you want to turn flour into chicken, make sure to check that out. So anyways, tomato and basil pasta is just one of my favorite pasta dishes of all time. It's classic, so simple, and just epic. So this is pretty much the one pot or baking dish version of it. Anyone can make this. And this time, I'm making it healthier and more flavorful, potentially. Let's get started. So here are the ingredients. It is very simple. I have a good amount of cherry tomatoes. This time I'm making about 2 servings, and I have about 30 of those. Sorry about the inappropriate measurement. A lot of garlic. I'm using about 4 cloves. A red onion. The original recipe doesn't call for one, but I'm adding it for more flavor. And some fresh basil leaves. I don't think you can go wrong with a lot of it. And I'm also gonna be using some of my fresh oregano. For the pasta, I'm using lumaconi, which is a not so common type of shaped pasta. Yes, I'm throwing in some differentiation in this competitive world. Now for the feta cheese, I'm using smooth silken tofu. You can use store-bought vegan feta, but come on. A block of tofu conveniently looks just like feta cheese. It's smooth and bland, which is perfect to make vegan cheese with. And I'm going to turn this tofu into vegan cheese with a lemon, white miso paste, nutritional yeast, and some extra virgin olive oil for both the cheese and pasta itself, of course. Cashew nuts for the feta. They're optional. So that is everything. Oh, whew. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. Now place everything aside. Soak the cashews in hot water. If you're allergic to nuts, don't do this, just skip. We're gonna be using them later. Now get that chopping board. Grab some garlic cloves. I'm using 4. And just smash them with a knife. This way you can easily peel the skin off. Grab the red onion and dice it. I'm only using about 1/4 of it. You can do a yellow onion, but I personally prefer the deeper flavor of red onions for this pasta. Now what I always do to make my tomato sauce more flavorful and herby is take only the thick stems of the basil. I'm going to use them for the sauce. Next, grab a baking dish. Load all the cherry tomatoes into it. The diced red onion in. It also adds some sweetness and umami to the sauce. And I'm just going to throw in the whole cloves of garlic. Now I'm pretty sure Italians would never do this because they don't want whole chunks of garlic in their pasta. So if you'd like, you can slice, finely chop, or mince the garlic instead. If you mince it, make sure to add it to the dish later on to avoid it from burning. But this time, I actually like roasted whole garlic, so I'm doing it. And generously season them with salt. And black pepper. This is optional. I'm also gonna sprinkle some dried oregano for some extra flavor. Drizzle some extra virgin olive oil. Now toss them around and try to coat every tomato in the oil and seasoning. Now make some space in the center. Grab the tofu. Just don't forget to drain it, okay? And place it in the center. Be gentle because silken tofu is super soft. And if it broke here, that would be a big disappointment for your Instagram story. Drizzle some olive oil on the tofu as well. And season it with salt and black pepper and more oregano. Now I want it spicy, so I'm going to sprinkle some chili flakes on top of everything. And let's not forget the basil stems. Just place them on the bottom. Now you don't have to bake the tofu, but the original recipe is baked feta, so let's just bake the tofu and see what happens. Now the oven is preheated. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the oven and wait 25 to 30 minutes or until the tomatoes are roasted. Now it's been 30 minutes. Let's see how it's doing. Remove the basil stems. Look at those beautifully roasted tomatoes and the color on the tofu. Now, it is critical to press the tomatoes down with a spatula and let all the juice out to the baking dish. This is going to be our sauce. Do you see this? All of this is the umami, the good stuff. Alright, just for the sake of the look, let's break down the tofu. Look at this. It looks pretty much identical. Well, yeah, it's tofu. Now the major difference is that it's not gonna melt like cheese, so I'm going to take it out and transfer it to a blender or fruit processor. The good thing about this recipe is that you don't have to do the whole vegan thing. You know what I'm talking about, the tofu crushing. This is also a good time to start cooking your pasta. Make sure to season the water with a generous pinch of salt. Again, I'm using lumaconi. You can use penne, shell, farfalle, or casarecci, any pasta you like. Now while the pasta is cooking, the tofu is bland, so it's time to make it cheesy. Into the blender or food processor, add the soaked cashews. They're just gonna help make the sauce creamy. A touch of lemon juice for some acidity. Some nutritional yeast for the cheesy flavor, classic. Onion powder and garlic powder. About half a tablespoon of white miso paste. This is going to add some deep, rich umami to the cheese sauce and season with some salt. And this is important. You need some fat to combine all of those and make it creamy. I'm just using some olive oil. Refined coconut oil could have been better. And just blend this up until it's smooth. Now, our vegan feta is done. Let's taste it. Oh my goodness. I'm not the type of vegan who says every vegan alternative is better or the same as the real stuff, but I did not expect this tofu cheese to be super close to cream cheese almost. Guys, let's make tofu cheese a new trend. Now pour it into the baking dish and mix it with the tomato and garlic sauce. Look at this, it's getting so creamy and cheesy. This is some perfect vegan creamy tomato sauce. Now chances are the pasta is still cooking, so put the sauce back into the oven to keep it warm. When the pasta is cooked, do not drain. Always remember to reserve some of the pasta water, at least a cup of it, then drain. Get the sauce out of the oven and just transfer the pasta to the sauce. And combine. Part of why I decided to use lumaconi is that I like the way it sucks in the sauce and tofu, vegan feta. Add some of the reserved pasta water. The starch in it helps thicken up the sauce and emulsify it. Look how creamy and cheesy it is. Grab some basil leaves, stack them up, roll, and slice them. Now you have these beautiful thin basil ribbons to sprinkle over the pasta. Done! Let's serve. The viral TikTok baked feta pasta veganized and made more flavorful, possibly. So guys, that was it. The tofu feta cheese turned out so much better than I expected. It really has that cheesy flavor and consistency and the creamy texture. It was delicious. Replacing the cheese with tofu makes the dish 100% healthier. So run to the store, get some silken tofu and make this. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please give the thumbs up and share. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.